Hello, everyone, and welcome to our 10th week of our online learning. And our today's first lesson is about fables. So let's look at some definitions of fables. So as you may know that Aesop's fables are quite famous and popular fables that most people know. So first of all, let's look for some answers to our question. What are fables? So fables are short stories that have a moral and teach a lesson. The theme and characters are interesting, and the stories are often funny and entertaining. So who or what are the characters in fables? The characters of fables are usually animals who act and talk just like people while keeping their animal traits. Examples include the tortoise and the hare, the fox and the crow, the lion and the mouse. So this kind of fables are quite popular and people mostly know them, and they teach us important morals and lessons. Okay, so as we have mentioned that, what is a moral in the stories? The moral is a lesson that the fable teaches us. So when we are reading any fables, if you want to know what's the moral of the story, we first need to figure out the moral of a fable, to look for some key details about what the characters do and say. And also the moral of the story can be usually found at the end of the story. So let's read an example, which can be found on our Learner's Book, page 82. One summer's day, there's no title. It's the fable called The Ant and the Grasshopper. Let's start reading. One summer's day, a happy grasshopper was dancing, singing, and playing his violin. He saw an ant passing by, carrying upon his tiny body food to store for the winter. Come and sing with me instead of working so hard, said the grasshopper. Let's have fun together. I must store food for the winter, said the ant, and you should do the same. Don't worry about winter, it's still very far away, said the grasshopper, laughing at him. But the ant would not listen and continued his work. When the winter came, the starving grasshopper went to the ant's house and begged for something to eat. If you had listened to my advice in the summer, you would not be hungry now, said the ant. So this is one example of fables. And let's find out the moral of the story. So as given here at the bottom of the page, there are three choices we are given. So let's find out the moral of the story. First one says, give your friends food when they are hungry. It's best to plan for the future or don't work in the summer. So A and C gives us some very obvious facts from the reading, from the fable. But the moral of the story, after all, after reading this fable, is that it's best to plan for the future, just like ant, right? So this B is the moral of the story, as you can see. Okay, now it's your turn to work on the fable called The Ant and the doll. It's not and, sorry, I misspelled the word and. The ant and the doll. I want you to read the fable, which you can find on your activity book, page number 66, and make sure you understand the whole story, I mean the fable, and look up the new words if you find some, because when we meet on our Zoom meeting, I will be asking some of the new words and asking for the definition for those words. So following the reading, I want you to work on exercise 2 and 3 on the same page, which is about questions, comprehension questions about the fable. Right, so this is the end of the first lesson. Good luck with your homework. See you next time. Bye.